Let's go. Alright, let's get some tracks in here so I can remember potentially what parts I want to do. Hey Lurker, what's up? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, we're doing some recording today. I've got like just a little bit of a croaky voice. So I don't want to like sing for 2 hours, but we can play the saxophone. I'm going to be recording another song from the Apocalypse album. Hopefully. No Joe Cocker impression. Haven't got that reference. We just need vocally. Okay, main track is gonna be ukulele. The croak. It ain't easy. I think that was croaky. I don't know what that was. The saxophone is going to be the ball ache here, really. So I'm going to get a main track in, then try and adjust the tuning to fit the saxophone, get the saxophone in, then adjust the tune to where I want it to be, and then everything else where I want it to be, and then everything else should fall into place as long as I don't lose my mind. The tune is not working, that's fine. Maybe I should channel that for this song. Hot town, summer in the city. I think this ukulele's been tuned in a while. I say it like it's someone else's job to tune the ukulele. So I don't want the sax. Brain processing. Hey Alex, what's up? Happy Wednesday. It's gonna be after it ain't easy, but I'm being pretty, but I'm being a pretty, maybe in the city. Probably not on the first one, probably on the second one, third one, fourth one, flip. Okay, let's try and get the whole ukulele track in and see what happens. I'm gonna do like a mic recording for everything today. I think so, like all the guitars, room sound. Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so that's just so exciting. I think that was right. I got to a bit at the end and I was like, oh my goodness, what are the chords for this section? I couldn't tell you. Otherwise, what we put in is a little instrumental here. Let's just write this down before I forget. Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. And there's that intro as well, which I think is 4 times round. Okay, so main priority is not main priority. Next priority is trying this saxophone part and see what happens. But I'm gonna put in a guide vocals track because the song is like the same chords all the time, and I'm not gonna remember where I am and where I want the ba-dum. So we're gonna just do like a rubbish vocals track. A rubbish track. That's what you're all here for. Okay, so listen. No, from the beginning, thank you. Intro. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It's not half as fun when the day is done, watching the river run, brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair, we'll get you fixed up to fiddle there. Weave leaves and weeds into your hair. Make your love Bathsheba and Oakland City boys who will then won't throw the dog a decent bone. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. Pavement shiny with gold, all grey and gritty. Come out to the country at harvest time. Out of the city you still look fine. Mud on the hems and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose hairs from your bow, pick the jig you already know. How the sweet old tunes all go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Instrumental. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you. The timing does not work there. I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up. I think I just completely anticipate that. I hadn't decided I was going to pause after that chord like until I got there, and then I was like, oh crap. Hey SD, what's up? I learned to go too. I grew up. That was much closer. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed away till the girl got through to take me to the town. Out in the country, yeah, playing at the country fair. Well, everyone you know's already there, so there ain't no messing around. Do, 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 do. It ain't easy, ba-da, being pretty, ba-da, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew you, ba-da, out here we knew you, ba-da, and blew through. Ain't that a pity? Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. The simple life is a tasty treat. After the city, the harvest left us full. The river's clear and cool. Stay a while and play a zoo, some pretty ditty. It ain't easy, ba-da, being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy, being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Fade out. Okay. Right. I was trying to do saxophone and the vocal part at the same time. Didn't quite work. This timing is nearly there. It's like, just needs a wee smidge. I think it needs to just go like there. I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed at home. I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you. Close enough. Hey, SD, what's up? Happy Wednesday. You are indeed at the beginning of the stream. What a surprise. And hey, Alex, what's up? Happy Wednesday. We're doing some recording today. That was not the final vocals. You'll be gutted to know. That's just some guide vocals to figure out where I need the saxophone. Which is what we're going to be looking at now before I get too scared to chicken out. It's 2 degrees outside. That's pretty chilly. And you have some snow this morning. I have been seeing footage of snow. It's very exciting for me. I live on a peninsula with no snow. I'm assuming nothing's Saturday. Why is snow exciting? Okay, so my saxophone is in, saxophone key, because brass instruments are stupid. And then also my saxophone's intonation is kind of dodgy, right? So, like, in theory, you could just convert what am I doing, like an AC, and then that would be like what F sharp or something instead. I literally would have to Google it. But my saxophone is out because it's cheap. So I'm actually just going to noodle around to find the closest note. Then we tune the track to match it so I can play the saxophone while hearing the right thing. And then we'll tune it all back so that the other instruments... It makes sense in my head. Okay, so basically there's just going to be a lot of hitting the wrong note for a minute while I figure out what note I want to play. See if that's kind of close. Or like I could just tune it quite a lot, and I could just do like AC, but then I need to get this note to be the same as this note. It's about a tone up. Okay, so oh, we could just do it here. Because that's... Okay, so I'm aware that's obviously horrible, right? It's not the right note, but we're going to use the power of technology to try and work out where we want to be. Hey, James, what's up? Is it a jazz saxophone? Are not all saxophones jazz saxophones? And we want... So all this needs to come. I want to tune these ones up. I don't want to tune the saxophone down. I want to tune these ones up. So if we just tune it up by like 1, how close is that? Okay, and then just down like a bit. That's probably too far. Oh, no, that I did the wrong one for the wrong one. I want to transpose it up 1. That's gonna be too much. Ba-dum, 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 ba. No, I'm losing my mind. Okay, undo that. Undo. We'll just use the tune. This is one of the things where the little pop-ups in Studio One don't appear on the overlay, so like it just looks like I'm doing nothing. It would be easier to tune the sax to it, but that is not what we want. Although could I do that and then backwards and then like just reverse the numbers? That should work. Music is maths, everybody. In the city, it ain't easy, ba-da, ba-dum, ba-dum. Okay, transpose is way too harsh. What would you like minus? Easy. It ain't. What? Oh my god, why am I doing it like this? This is so dumb. I'm so dumb. Why am I like playing the accompaniment part and then humming one? Flipping, just go like this. Oh, the piano wasn't on. Well, hey Gazmag, what's up? Okay. That was like super quiet. And then all we need is these notes to become the same note, which is gonna be a really horrible process, okay? But like if you're with me, I might actually just make that 0, make the piano match the sax, and then we've achieved what we wanted to achieve. Why am I making it sound like it's going to be easy? It's not going to be easy. That's so funny. Okay, I'm going to like pan them so I can tell what I'm doing. No, don't do this whole bit. I just want this bit. Thank you so much. Can't a computer do this for me? I'm sure it can. I would like just to make these that have the same wavelength. Oh, it keeps looping this whole section, which I do not want. It's like, okay, we're absolutely miles away, and my ears have gone weird. That's more like it. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm editing the sax. I don't want to edit the sax. What do I want to do? I've lost the plot again. Remember when I said this would be okay as long as I didn't lose my mind? About that. Oh, that's really close. That's really close. Okay, that was up 2 and 35. I'm just playing in a completely different key. I don't know what I thought I was doing. I think I was playing like a third when I thought I was playing the same note. I don't know. I've forgotten how music works. But I don't care at this point. We're going to go up 2 and up 35. I'm going to sound like a chipmunk. Okay. but doesn't matter because we'll come back down. Thank goodness. I'm scared of this now. Have I got multiple tracks here? Because I redid a bit. I do. I need to transpose this one as well, otherwise it's going to get really weird. 2 and 35, 2 and 35, and this one needs to go 2 and 35. Okay. All right, chipmunk voice. I've not done this super professionally. Don't care. If this works.
Being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city, it ain't easy. Being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city, it's not half as fun when the day is
I'm kind of obsessed with it.
watching the river run.
It's awful.
Brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair. We'll get you fixed up to fiddle there. Weave leaves and weeds into your hair.
Here.
Make your love by Sheba and Oakland City boys who will then won't throw the dog a decent bone. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city.
Okay. Now I've got to play the actual saxophone.
Being pretty, being a pretty girl in the
Okay. This might work.
Oakland City boys who will then won't throw the dog a decent bone. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. Pavement shiny with gold, all gray and gritty. Going out to the country at harvest time. Out of the city you still look fine. Mud on the hems and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose hairs from your bow. Pick the jig, you already know how the sweet old tunes all go. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It's really Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed away till the gun got through to take me to the town. Out in the country, yeah, playing at the country fair. Well, everyone you know's already there, so there ain't no messing around.
1, 2.
It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew you, out here we knew you, but and blew through. Ain't that a pity? Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. Simple life is a tasty treat.
Okay. I got like surprised by that one.
Ain't that a pity? Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. Simple life is a tasty treat. After the city, the harvest left us free. The river's clear and cool. Stay home, play a zoo. Somebody did it. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being
Kind of forgot that I carried on.
being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Fade out. Okay.
Okay, and then there's just a bit I sung here that I'd quite like to do.
No messing around.
Do 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 do. Why can't I keep that in my head?
Everyone knows already there, so there ain't no messing around. It ain't easy, ba-da-ba.
Smashed it. Smashed it. Hey Jack. Oh, what's up? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, I mean, okay, so right. I'm just getting myself in a whole pickle here. Because I've now realized I need to like tune everything in the opposite direction. Okay. So I'm quite happy with that. In an ideal world. Is this not an ideal world? I'd have some sax here actually. In the second of these bridge parts, but I was like, I don't know what notes I can play. But then I remembered that I've actually transposed everything else, so I think I can treat the saxophone as if it's in C. Because I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Why do I always try and do everything like at breakneck speed? Oh, I was a pretty girl too.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up like you, but I stayed away till the girl through the town, to the town, and the country. Well, so there ain't no messing around. It ain't easy, ba-da-ba-da.
Something.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you, but I stayed away till the girl got through to take me to the town and the country.
Maybe not that one. Okay.
Pretty girl
Let's
too,
just practice what I'm gonna
and I
do.
grew up pretty like you, but I stayed away till the girl got through to take me to the town and the country.
I've been playing the recorder and I can't remember any saxophone fingerings when they're different.
Girl too, and I grew up pretty like you, but I stayed away till the girl got through to take me to the town
Don't know if I like that. For so many reasons. I do not like that. Or I just deleted, like, what have I done? What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Okay, I don't think I did anything. I had no impact.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you.
Bum, bum.
But I stayed away till the girl
No one needs to do that.
take me to the town and the country.
Didn't know what I was playing.
Like you, but I stayed away till the girl got through to take me to the town and the country. So there ain't no messing.
That's okay, that works. Well, I don't know how the recording was, but the part works.
Town out in the country, playing at the country fair. Well, everyone knows already there, so there ain't no messing around. It ain't easy, ba-da-ba-da.
What did I want here? I wanted something.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too,
Bum bum.
and I grew up pretty like you.
Bum bum.
But I stayed away.
Why do I want this? But I do. Oh, I was a pretty girl too. Bum bum. What do I want? everything is transposed. So I don't really know what notes I'm playing on any instrument. So I can't really work it out on the piano without doing more maths. These are edited vocals, Jack. You'll be surprised to hear from the fact they sound absolutely nothing like me. The saxophone... So not only are saxophones in a different key than other instruments, and therefore it hurts my brain, they are also... My saxophone is, like, not really in tune with the rest of the universe. So I transpose everything so that I can play the saxophone to something that's in tune. And then the plan is to transpose it back, including the saxophone. So it all comes back into standard tuning, but the saxophone's been recorded. But I've kind of fallen in love with these weird vocals that don't sound like me. Because it's not that much high. It's up like I can sing at this pitch. But like, so they don't sound chipmunky. They just sound like somebody else.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too.
Bum, 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 bum. That's what I want.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too. And I grew up pretty like you.
It's flipping quick.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too. And I grew up pretty like you.
I'm just gonna start laughing. You really can't play the saxophone while laughing.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too. And I grew up pretty like you. But
Okay, that's fine for that one. And then I went. I was a pretty.
oh, I was a pretty girl too. And
And I grew up pretty like you. Bum bum.
oh, I was a pretty girl too. And I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed away.
Not that.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too.
Bum bum.
And I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed away too.
Oh, bollocks. It's like I raised the other one that was underneath. Flippity flip flops. Work if I do that.
Pretty girl too. And I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed away too. Pretty girl too. And I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed away too. The girl got through to take me to the town.
I need something there, right?
Grew up pretty like you.
Bum bum.
But I stayed away too. The girl got through to take
Maybe just like long stuff.
pretty like you. But I stayed away too. The girl got through to take me. You. But I stayed away too. Like you. But I stayed away too. Take me to the town. But I stayed away too. The girl got through to take me to the town. Out in the
Okay, you can definitely hear me clacketing the buckets.
I grew up pretty like you.
Clacking the buttons.
Out in the country, yeah, playing at the country fair. Well, everybody knows already there, so there ain't no messing around. Do.
Okay. Hey Ghost, I think that's all this saxophone. Now, right, so I've absolutely fallen in love with this strange pitch, but in theory, I should transpose it back down. So I moved the vocals and the ukulele up by 2 and tuned up by 35. So does it make sense that if I put them on 0 and I bring the sax down by 2 and down by 35, that will fit? Let's do it on this test piece here. So we go transpose down by 2 and tune down by 35, and then put that back to original, and then just play those. Are these now the same note? I mean, as close as they ever were. Maybe it will work. Okay, so 2 and 35, take that off. Oh, I'm really gonna miss these vocals. Maybe I should just leave them up. Like, I don't care. Okay, and this is down by -2 and -35. And the annoying thing is, if you merge all these tracks, all these saxophone cuts into one, it will no longer let you transpose and tune them, which is fun. But will it let me do multiple at once? It will, if I just select them. Okay. Down by 2 and down by 35. Now, in theory, this now all works, but it's going to be sad and tragic because it's not going to have the cool chipmunk on it. Look, it's me again.
It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city when the wind blows cold. It's not like
I think it worked. They were just pitch tweaked, Dusty. Yeah, me too.
The city you still look fine. Mud on the hands and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose hairs from your bow. Pick the jig.
Should we just go back to that?
Know how the sweet old tunes all go. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty.
Well, either way, we need it back to this key ready to record all the other instruments because, like, it was transposed. It was like up 2 and a bit. Like, what? Now I have to play all the other guitar tracks like up 2 and a bit. No, we'll play them all here, and then we could move everything in a moment of madness.
Girl in the city. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up.
Guess which ones I didn't change. I did indeed, Esty, yeah. So I could play the sax to something in the right key so I could like tune it with my mouth, you know, rather than just playing it off and then trying to line it up afterwards.
Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed away till the girl blew through to take me to the town. Out in the country, yeah, playing at the country fair. Well, everyone you know's already there, so there ain't no messing around. Do, 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 do. It ain't easy, ba-da-ba-da, being pretty, ba-da-ba-da, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew you, ba-da-ba-da, out here we knew you, ba-da-ba-da.
I can't believe this worked.
Ain't that a pity? Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. The simple life is a tasty treat. After the city, the harvest left us full. The river's clear and cool. Stay a while and play a zoo. Some pretty ditty. It ain't easy, ba-da-ba-da, being pretty, ba-da-ba-da, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being pretty, ba-da-ba-da, being a pretty girl in the city.
Fade out. Okay. Okay. Yay! I miss the mirror version of myself, but let's do all of these parts and see what we get to with the song. This also is not the main vocals. This is just like a vocals that I have just thrown on here so that I know where I am in the song. We will do proper vocals later or another time. Okay, so the ukulele is fun, but you know what sounds good with the ukulele? More strings. Okay, so we're going to put in some guitar parts as well. Thicken it out a bit. Oh, I hated a thicken. No, I didn't like that. I dislike that. But that's okay. Let's have a look. So let's have a look at open tuning guitar because this has got a really nice resonant sound, and I'm doing like open in the room noise that ukulele's just recorded with the mic, not with the pickup. So this guitar's got a lot of whatever you call that. This is in like dadgad, so we don't want that. We'll put it in open D. Actually, open D is gonna be a terrible choice. Bring that back up. Because this is in C. So let's put an open G. Much easier to go across those two. All right, let's just tune to the piano because I tuned the ukulele to the piano. So let's be tuning everything to the piano. And then theory. We love theory. I'm an academic, baby. That works. I'm stop saying theory. So if we can bring it up here, that should be C. It ain't easy. Come on down to the country fair. We'll get you fixed up to fiddle there. Leave weeds into your hair. Make your love that's shivering on the city boys with an wall. Throw the dog a decent bone. And then I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed away when the call came through to take me to the town. Something like that. That's playing the 7th, but I think that works. But do we just want strumming? Or are we going to get a bit strummalicious? This is going to get a bit strum crazy in here. So do we want... That could be really nice. It could also get really messy. Let's give it a go. The thing is, like, my ukulele strumming is not going to be like 100% on the beat. My guitar strumming is not going to be 100% on the beat. So, like, if they get muffly together, you'll get bored. We're going characterful, right? This is like a kind of folky, jiggy thing. So let's see what happens. Problem with playing instruments without pickup, like just playing instruments into the mic, because I can't hum. Well, if I hum, it will be on the track. So I have to kind of focus. I don't like focusing. So I can't hear that because I've got the wrong bit going into my ears. So that would be helpful. Okay. So I forgot that it dropped down.
mud on the hems and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose hairs from your bow, pick the jig, you already know how the sweet old tunes all go. It ain't easy, being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It's really I stayed away till the river through. Take me to the town, out in the country, yeah, playing in the country fair. Well, everyone knows already dead, so there ain't no messing around. Do, 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 do. It ain't easy, ba-da-ba-da, being pretty, ba-da-ba-da, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew you better, out here we knew. Ain't that a pity? Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. Simple life is a tasty treat. After the city, the harvest left us full. The river's clear and cool. Stay a while, play a zoo, some pretty ditty. It ain't easy, being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy, being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Fade out, okay.
Okay, so the saxophone absolutely threw me off. I was like, what? I'm just going to mute that while we put the other parts in. Because the saxophone timing's not perfect. Let's not lie. We'll either shift it around a bit or like it can be kind of loosey-goosey saxophone, but I don't want loosey-goosey everything. I was just like doing my strumming and it was like completely in my left ear. Ba-da, ba-da. Terrifying. Okay. Does this sound alright without saxophone?
Says from your bow, pick the jig, you already know how the sweet old tunes all go. It ain't easy being.
Yeah, that's like doing nothing right. Oh, thanks, Jack. It's fun, right? It's a fun song. The other songs on the album are depressing and distressing. That's not true. Some of them are fun, but this has been a lot of fun to record. And I was thinking about what should I do on stream today, and I decided I want to do a recording stream because my voice is a bit tired from my cold. I don't want to sing for 2 hours. And so I was like, I could record like Plague. Something's recording, which I love the song Plague. I think it's really fun. But like when this song came into my head, I was like, I had ideas, you know. I was like, I'm ready. I was like, oh, I want this, and I want this, and I want the saxophone doing ba-da, ba-da, and I'm gonna have like plucky bass going bomb, bomb, bomb. And so that's nice to come and try and realise it. Oh, thanks, Jack. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bad really, but it's just like lingering a little bit, you know. Guess I was sick. Like, when was I sick? Like 10 days ago. And for like a day, I had a Sunday where I was sick, cancelled stream. And I was like, I'm fine. Did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at work. Thursday, no, sick day. Blech, blech. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Blech. And now it's like, it's just like sore throaty, you know. But my work's doing okay, actually. Work is going okay. Less stress. Last week was very stressful at work, so I think maybe that didn't help with the old virus. But it's easy breezy. Plus, I have a 4-day week, so tomorrow is my Friday. So it's basically over. And then I counted how many full weeks I've got left till Christmas. And I'm like, this week doesn't count, right? Because I've already started. And then like the week of Christmas, I will work like the Monday and the Tuesday, and that's it. So I was like, that doesn't count. the 22nd and 23rd, that's not real. That's like when you go to school before Christmas and you just watch Shrek, right? So I was like, well, that's not real. So I was like, oh, week with my birthday, and basically that's not work. So I'm like, I was like, it's basically the holidays. You know? It's like when I used to be in, you know, I had several jobs before where they were basically really boring, like customer service jobs, where there wasn't enough work to do and it was mind-numbingly dull. And I will say about my current job, that doesn't happen. At no point in the day do I think, God, I wish time was going faster. That's not a problem. I don't get bored at work. But like in those jobs, I used to literally like chunk up time so much. You know what I mean? I was like, well, by the time I get to 2 p.m, there'll only be like the 3 afternoon sessions left to come in, and so like that will basically be over, and then I can do the vacuuming. That would take half an hour. Didn't take half an hour to do the vacuuming, and then I could like cash the till out, and then so that means and then I can do that in 15 minutes. So I've basically finished. This is me like 20 minutes into my stream, you know. Oh, it's so dull, right, Jack? And those were like, I worked in a travel bureau and I worked on a reception desk, so like there's nowhere to hide. I would like have a book. I'd be like trying to subtly read a book, but you can't really relax when you're like reception. Like I'm always like looking up, somebody come in. Oh. Yeah, at least work from home. Like when I do have a weird gap, or a quiet day, which happens once every 3 months, I'm like, oh, I might just do some laundry. You're not just there like, I'm going to make a spreadsheet of how many 15-minute periods are left in my shift, and every 15 minutes I get to colour in one of the cells. I did that one time. It's not good. Not good. And then you get yelled at by somebody. I don't really miss those jobs. I'm going to be honest. All right, let's do another guitar track. Got addicted to Sudoku. That's a good one, to be fair. I worked in the travel bureau with a guy. So the travel bureau as well was like, it was not very big, so it was like single staffed. So you're by yourself, but you'd have like half an hour. Your shifts crossed over by half an hour. So I'd see the guys like for half an hour a day. I was like, somebody's arrived, and there was this guy there who was like 60. Something. Basically, used to live in Thailand and then was a massive gambler, bet loads of money on Brexit not happening, lost it all, had to come back to England to work, and had a like 4-year streak on Candy Crush. He used to just play Candy Crush non-stop. Like hours of Candy Crush. Hope he's doing good. I'd be like serving somebody and he's just there like, I was like, you are a grown man, but that's okay. Hey James, still hooked on Candy Crush. I mean, it's not addictive. My mum has got a really long Duolingo streak. It's like half a year or something. So like, I'm like, woo, good for her. She's like doing it every day. I'm like, yeah, good for you. But she doesn't pay for like Duolingo Plus or whatever. I'm like, just pay for it, bro. So she gets loads of adverts, and there's so many adverts for mobile games, and I can just hear she just sits there playing the mobile game for like 10 minutes. You know, the playable adverts. She's like, I just need to make a watermelon. I'm like, what did the tech companies do to the boomers? Something. Thank you for the stream streak, by the way, James. No, it's too much, right? Like, it's like no flow. Okay. That was a little diversion conversation. So I can do that, but that's like the same rhythm that the other two parts are doing. So I don't know if that's just going to get a bit much.
It's not half as fun when the day is done, watching the river run, brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair, we'll get you fixed up to the fiddle there. Weave leaves and weeds into your hair. Make your love Bathsheba and Oakland City boys who will then won't throw the dog a decent bone.
Okay, so something different. I mean, it's a very good idea, SD. My issue with that is that I moaned about the adverts, but at least the battery, not the actual battery, the Duolingo battery or whatever system they have now runs out and she has to stop. And I don't have to listen to the people being like, j'aime le café. But that's me being a bad person. Let's give it a go. Funky guitar. Mic recorded.
Watching
Oh, the things we do for texture. Gosh. That's one of the last tracks where I just like play the whole track the whole time. There it gets pretty more interesting. Okay. Texture. Donk. I'm just like throwing in parts on the side when I remember, like, as if future me's gonna forget. You know when you have zero faith in your future self, right? Like when you're like, I don't know, you're like finishing work for the holiday or something, and you write yourself a note that says like, check emails, because you think you'll forget that that's a thing. Or you like write a list for the next day that's like brush teeth. This is me going like drums. Don't forget drums. Thanks, Jack. Okay, so probably bring the ukulele back into the middle. I mean, this is not like final panning, but I just like to put a bit of panning in while I'm recording so that I can, you know, do something. Okay, I'm going to leave the saxophone off for now because it'll just throw me off again. And then I think the other main track to get in is going to be the pits cello. So I'm going to go low. I'll probably bring it down the octave as well, which I sometimes do. I will just slurp my drink first. And then we're looking at really putting in like melodic parts and parts that are going to come in and out and stuff. I think that will be all of the, well, and the percussion. Pits and percussion. And then it's going to be, well, I've got 2 tracks that say cello melodic. I think I just put that in twice. I think I like forgot that I'd written that. Great. Also, thing to note, harmonica. This is in the right key for harmonica. So let's just put a track that says harmonica, question mark. Green, that is not really a harmonica colour, is it? What's a harmonica colour? Bright red, the blood of angry men. Okay. Pits. Don't know what I'm talking about. And again, let's just tune it to the piano so that everyone's on the same page. Never thought of a harmonica as a violin instrument. You haven't met the right harmonica players. Okay, just like turning away my buttons on my cardigan so that I don't have cello percussion. I've done that before. Okay, so very simple, but I think quite fun. You like the ba-da, ba-da? That was me remembering the sax part. I might put them in as harmonies. Ba, ba-da, ba-da. Don't know why they'd be up there. Oh, maybe not down 24. That's gonna be unhinged. Down 12. Oh no, not the guitar. I've just transposed the guitar. Didn't want to do that. No. Oh, I've transposed this guitar down. Sounds like when I hit the wrong button on the looper. That's up an octave. Do we like it? I think I like it. Let's just do it. Screw it. Okay, cello. Down 24 is... kind of like, it doesn't even sound like a sound. Down 12 is probably where we want to be. Or probably both. Also, I hadn't realised I'd put the sax back on when I was recording the cello, and it got me again, man. Ba-da, ba-da. Okay. I think that's going to be all the main bits. For now, this percussion, problem with percussion, right, is when I start percussion in a track, I never know how to stop it. Like, once it's in, it's in. I mean, this song could probably cope with having it in, like, basically the whole time. It's kind of the vibe, and it's only like 3 minutes. So we're gonna want clicks, like, for sure. Like, I did some clicks on the just the guide vocals, and even they sounded good. Shaker, obviously, and probably drum, by which I mean I'll hit a plastic box. Okay. But it's what and where. I think you don't need clicking when there's not singing. That feels weird. That's a lot of shaker. Okay, there's no point me sitting here like practicing the shaker. All that's going to happen is I'm going to tie around my shaker arm. Like, might as well just do it. It's a shaker. whole rhythm falls apart at the end. It's like kind of a thing. Jeff, hello, how are you? Ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Right. Do apologise to anybody who was dozing. Clicks. I might leave the clicks. I feel like they will more naturally come when I've layered the vocals. I'll be like, this is where you would. But let's do drums. No, I mean the box. Okay. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Yeah, no, that was a nothing. That was a nothing. With a strangled mess, that becomes, doesn't need the drum in it. Now I think probably bring this down as an initial. I mean, I can't hear that for the life of me. Right. There's already too many flipping parts. Cool. Let's do the ear refresh by having listened to a song that we recorded earlier, Grey Blue Peter.
Perception of my recollection changed with time. Well, it may have happened to your head, but it's not happened to mine. I ate a dish of oily fish and drank a moderate amount of red wine. So I recall with age-old clarity the things you do to hurt me. Around
tell me that nothing has changed. But you're the one who's growing old. I just get better with age. I know the tricks and the tips. I wrote the book, I printed the page. So I watch on unknowingly as you conspire to hurt me. Around and again, around and again, around and again, around and again. The whistling. Have your factories burned your trees and now you need a new way to eat. Well, I gave you all I got, so I hold my hands up in defeat. You took a look at the larder and went hard like you had something to beat. But I'm the one you're beating, and when I lose, you lose with me. Around and again, around and again, around and again. These many men. Well, I am oil, I am soil, I am toil. I forgot the weird vocals. Oil, I am blood. I am light, I am night, I am fight, I am flood. What you did, what you hid, what you bid, I see all. All you took, all you shook, all you crooks, I recall. These many men, oh, around and again. These many men, around and again. Who's clapping? These many men. Oh, it's on that track, okay. I think it was me. Solved another mystery, kids. I really like there's just a low arco cello there here, just but I haven't quite forgotten yet. I like that bit. You made a mint of my skin, so don't think about feigning regret. Oh, these many men searching for mastery of me. Around and again, 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 around and So I had forgotten a lot about that track, and I think it's a lot of fun. I think it doesn't make any sense. It's not. Is it a song? Don't even know. But I'm having a good time. Look, I finished Catabastas. How was it? Did you enjoy it? But it's the kind of book I see it. It's like big and it's chunky hardback and it's like a word and you're like, oh, I want to like this book. I want to like be in this world and be under a blanket and like, oh yes. And then I just don't think I'd like it. All right, while we're here, let's listen to Ocean as well. Another song that we have recorded already, and then we'll go back to It Ain't Easy. Well, this one just starts with a lot of silence currently. There we go.
Here is the water.
We couldn't not play this song for Jack.
Would you feed it your daughter if that was all you could offer? Would you take all you might in the middle of the night? Step into the world and step into the swirling and churning of the sea. Here is the water. Take a look at the water. Would you feed it your daughter if that was all you could offer? All the dead children, so many dead children. If I named them, I'd claim them. All the dead children, so many dead children. If I named them, I'd claim them. So I leave them to the sea. Take a look at the water. Would you feed it your daughter if that was all you could offer? Did you float in your mother's belly like the gods in the ether before discovering gravity? Did you feel how the water turned from warm to salty as she tipped from the ship and the change dragged you down into the sea? Here is the water. Take a look at the water. I'd claim them. Would you feed it your daughter if that was all you could offer? With your head on my belly, does my hunger sound like the sea? Would it rise up to feed me or give me release? Did you hear the water? So many dead children. Take a look at the water. I claim them. Would you feed it your daughter? So many dead children. If that was all you could offer, I claim them. Here is the water. So many dead children. Take a look at the water. I claim them. Would you feed it your daughter? So many dead children. If that was all you could offer, I claim them. Here is the water. So many dead children. Take a look at the water. I claim them. Would you feed it your daughter? So many dead children. If that was all you could offer, so I claim them too. Here is the water. So many dead children. Take a look at the water. I claim them. Would you feed it your daughter? So many dead children. If that was all you could offer, so I leave them to the sea.
Yes, I thought, why be subtle when you can not be subtle? Sweet, okay, well, those are a couple of the songs we've already recorded. And now back to today's much more colourful offering. Nice, okay, yeah, okay, so like enjoyable, yeah, okay, it didn't change your life. Case study is my next book that I'm going to read, so we're on schedule as long as I kind of get my shit together and finish the book I'm currently reading. Speaking of book club, anyone in book club or interested in book club, currently we are taking suggestions for December's Christmas themed book over on the Patreon. Thanks, Jack. That's what I want. That's what I really wanted. Is like, I mean, I wrote all these songs and in my head it's like a thematic album, right? It's not like one story, but it's this like apocalypse theme. But the songs are quite different from each other, so they're like dealing with lots of the same themes, but sonically different. It was like the vibe. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Case Study. Like I said when I picked it, when I did the big pick, I've read one other by him like years ago, but really liked it. So if you liked it, I'd recommend picking up other ones. So I'm kind of like excited, but also hoping I like it. But it's fairly short as well. So you should not be a super long read. Okay, so in terms of options here, I need to put in a main vocal track. Need to do like a whole bunch of other vocal tracks. There's this harmonica, potentially somewhere. Clicks, those will come after the vocals. Then we've got cello parts. These are going to be the arco cello parts. Now, there's actually going to be quite a lot of that, I think. Okay, so I've put in cello melodic. There's a very short instrumental. I mean, there's like the intro. And then there's an instrumental here. In the city. So we want like cello doing something there, but I think probably gonna have it a bit more in because I'm going for this kind of folky thing, like you would expect, like a violin, like a fiddle part. So I don't know if you're doing fiddle. Fiddle's a legitimate word. I just don't like saying it sometimes because people seem to think that they're different instruments. A fiddle is a violin is a fiddle. They are the exact same instrument. It's just a genre thing. So anyway, I'm playing a cello, which is neither of those. So there's gonna be, I don't know what to do with the cello. Right, let's just look at this harmonica because that's gonna be small. I reckon just at the end where we get into this same pattern. So it goes like on and on. Let me get it up on the one that's on the screen. So it just is from here. It's just the C, the F, the C, the F, the C, the F, the C, the F. Being pretty, but I know you're there, so there ain't no messing around. Do 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 do. It ain't easy, being pretty, but so the harmonica could come in from there. Sorry, I've made this really loud now. I just wanted the vocals up a bit. But then there's quite a long time for the harmonica to be in. Okay. Well, let's just like have a play. Okay, see what happens. I'm gonna leave the sax on mute because that is absolutely gonna throw me off. Okay, so I think I have the general idea of that kind of works, doing just the hold C for the It Ain't Easies and then doing some of the other notes in between. I just like miscounted and moved to the wrong place. so I messed up there, but I think actually that could.
In the city.
I got something in my head.
Fade out. Okay.
I want that. I need the A, but like nothing else. That's quite hard. Okay. Wow, it sounds so good solo. Right, let's have a look at that.
It ain't easy, ba-da-ba-da, being pretty, ba-da-ba-da, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew you, ba-da-ba-da, out here we knew you, ba-da-ba-da.
Shall I have the sax just swap sides every time?
Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. The simple life is a tasty treat. After the city, the harvest left us full. The river's clear and cool. Stay a while and play a zoo. Some pretty ditty. It ain't easy, ba-da-ba-da, being pretty, ba-da-ba-da, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy, being pretty, ba-da-ba-da, being a pretty girl in the city. Fade out. Okay.
Harmonica, never a bad choice. This is the thing, right? I absolutely do not kill my darlings, okay? I put things in as a joke and then I keep them. So it's dangerous. It is a little bit dangerous. Okay, so cello, in terms of just like texture, harmony, cello, I just improv that. That's how we do that. Let's think about where we want more specific cello. Or is that going to be easier after the vocals? Which way around is going to be easier? Probably after the vocals. I tend to put in all the cello last, because then you got a real sense of the shape. Like, you're probably going to want some here at the beginning, right? Because this intro is nothing. Ooh. That's just the tune of something else, isn't it? Ooh, 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 ooh.
It ain't easy being pretty.
Let's just do the intro cello. Let's do some intro cello for fun. You can do it in chunks. Right. I'm going to tune the other strings. It ain't easy being pretty, honey. country fell, get you fixed up to fiddle there. Finesse. So I could just use a little melody, or I mean, they could play like the chorus. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Chorus tune's really boring. Turns out. Okay. I do think one part should be doing that actually. But like maybe in tune. Thanks, Jack. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. It ain't easy. And then another part that's just doing its own thing, that's not the melody, which would be like. When did I want that to start? That's straight away. Okay, I'm not sure why one of these cellos is just like brutally panned over to the right. It's not meant to be. Let's have a listen. it doesn't work.
It ain't easy. Be
Okay, so I brought in like 3 cello parts straight away. Thanks for the count point. So something is gonna need to like stay in, but probably not doing anything very exciting for the first bit. Okay, so especially so the first, there's like a double chorus at the beginning, so nothing exciting there, and then potentially something a bit more exciting in the come on down to the country fair, we'll get you fixed up to fiddle there. But what? I don't know. Let's just put something in. That's the name of the game.
it ain't easy. Be
Preferably something in tune.
it ain't easy. Being pretty. Being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy. Being pretty.
Preferably in key.
It ain't easy. Being pretty. Being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy. Being pretty. Being a pretty girl in the city. It's not half as fun when the day is done. Watching the river run brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair, get you fixed up to fiddle there. Leave some words into your head. Make your love bounce cheaper and old city boys who will reward old dog decent boy. It ain't easy.
Okay, like the broad shape kind of works, but like not the actual notes. It needs like more movement or less movement. So it could do that, or it's just got to go. I think.
It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It's not half as fun when the day is done.
Oh, right. That's kind of like a kind of bass track. Now I'm gonna put this up the octave just for fun to hear what it sounds like, and then like bring it down. She says, "Why am I trying to do this with the mouse?" I'm just gonna type. It's a lot easier.
In the city, it ain't easy being pretty, being
Sounds like a very unhappy violin.
in the city.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna end up doing that to some part, but not that part. Right. Okay.
It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It's not half as fun when the day is done, watching the river run, brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair and get you fixed up in the city. It's not half as fun when the day is done, watching the river run, brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair and get you fixed up there, leaves and weeds and
Forgot what string I was on.
it's not half as fun when the day is done, watching the river run, brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair and get you fixed up to fiddle there, leaves and weeds into make your love bounce shivering on the boys who live in warm down the deep snow cold. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. Pavement shining with gold, all gray and gritty. Going up to the country at harvest time, and the city's still on fire. Mud on hands and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose ends from your bow, the jig you already know.
Lost the plot. Okay.
When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. Pavement shining with gold, all gray and gritty. Going out to the country at harvest time, and the city's still on fire. Mud on the hands and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose hairs from your bow, get the jig you already know. How the sweet old tunes all go. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you, but I stayed away.
Okay.
All gray and gritty, going out to the country at harvest time, and the city was still at fire. Mud on the hands and strawberry wine. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and I grew up pretty like you, but I stayed away till the night through the town, and the country
Okay. That's kind of like a more filler part. What's this for? Is this a real note or is this me making noise? That's just me making noise.
Brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair and get you fixed up to the fiddle there. You leave some winds into your hair. Make brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair and get you fixed up to the fiddle there. You leave some winds into your hair.
I might put this one up, the octave.
Make your love Bathsheba and Oakland City boys who will then won't throw the dog and deep syllable. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. Pavement shiny with gold, all grey and gritty. Going out to the country.
Okay, now on something like just providing a little bit of interest. Bum, bada, bum, bum, badum, bum. Maybe just some like vocal mirroring in the cello. Come out to the country at harvest time, out of the city, yeah, still look fine. Hams and straw, hams and straw. What are the chords? I don't know. Hams and straw, strawberry wine. Come out to the country at harvest time. That might work.
When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. Pavement shiny with gold, all grey and gritty. Going out to the country at harvest time.
Just forgot what I was doing. I don't know if it will work.
Pavement shiny with gold, all grey and gritty. Going out to the country at harvest time.
That's not what I was going to do. Okay, well it made sense before I tried to play it and then didn't make sense.
Tales they told, pavement shiny with gold, all grey and gritty. Going out to the country at harvest time.
Oh.
Still look fine.
It was entirely on me because I for some reason thought we were in the bridge section where it's a G and it's literally a C. So I was just playing it like in G. That's why that sounded like trash. Okay, so out to the country at harvest time. Out to the country at harvest time.
Being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. Pavement shiny with gold, all grey and gritty. Going out to the country at harvest time. The city's still fine, but onions and strawberry wine.
That will work if I play it in tune.
When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. They look shiny with gold, all grey and gritty. Going out to the country at harvest time, the city still look fine. Blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. They look shiny with gold, all grey and gritty. Going out to the country at harvest time, the city still look fine. Blood on the hands and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose ends from the bow, hit the jig you already know. How the sweet old tunes all go.
Okay, that might be something.
Going out to the country at harvest time, and the city still look fine. Mud on the hands and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose ends from your bow, hit the jig you already know. How the sweet old.
Okay, then it's going to go into the chorus again, so it's... It ain't easy, ba-dum. I'm not sure about that.
Tunes all go. It ain't being pretty, being a girl in the city.
No.
Oh, hit the jig you already know. How the sweet old.
Okay, I'm gonna like cut out some of these parts because this is just like a lot for us all to listen to. That's probably enough.
Pluck the loose ends from your bow, hit the jig you already know. How the sweet old tunes all go. It ain't being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. You already know how the sweet old tunes all go. It ain't being pretty.
Oh, can we just do like a counterpoint kind of thing? Easy. It ain't easy. Being pretty. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
Tunes all go. It ain't being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Girl in the city.
Then we got an instrumental, and I just don't have a melody for the instrumental. Is my problem.
Being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city.
Plus, it's really short, so you don't have time to like warm up. I always get stuck with this with cello parts. Like I'm out with these kind of cello parts that just move like every beat. But I need something a bit faster.
Being a pretty girl in the city. That's pretty good too. Being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city.
And I'm just doing a scale. Could do an arpeggio instead.
Being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city.
okay, that was alright actually.
And a pretty girl in the city.
Except I can't remember what it was.
And a pretty girl in the city. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and a girl pretty like you, but I stayed through the town and the country. So there ain't no messing around. It ain't easy.
Ooh, that was something. Hey, welcome back, Mystic. That was something. Okay, crap. Right, let's do some recording.
It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and a girl pretty like you, but I stayed through the town and the country. So there ain't no messing around.
Bollocks. Not that. Let's work out more of those.
But I stayed away till the car came through to take me to the town. So there ain't no messing around.
It's literally a scale. I would like to do a scale. Jeez Louise. Okay.
It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and a girl pretty like you, but I stayed so there ain't no messing around. It ain't being pretty,
Ba-dum.
being a pretty girl in the city. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and a girl pretty like you, but I stayed through the town and the country. So there ain't no messing around. It ain't easy, being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew better, out here we knew you better.
Okay. That was right up until it went wrong. But I can do it better.
Being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Oh, I was a pretty girl too, and a girl pretty like you, but I stayed through the town and the country.
Okay, fun. Now that where it's just doing the arpeggio underneath.
It ain't easy being pretty a pretty girl in the city.
So I did not finish that thought. Where it's doing the bum 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 bum. I want another part doing that. So it's doing, what am I doing? What do I do? What's that, a G? So we can have like literally just a third down, or maybe that E, C, G. Let's have an E, C, G. Well, I messed up, but thankfully it wasn't recording. Okay.
It ain't easy, being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew, out here we knew you, ain't that a pity? Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. The simple life is a tasty treat. After the city, the harvest left us full. The river's clear and cool. Stay a while and pursue some pretty ditty. It ain't easy, being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy, being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city.
Fade out. Okay. Fun, I think. Okay, and then I'm tempted to throw in another one as well because it just can't be stopped. I don't want to mix this album, by the way. I'm just getting a little bit ridiculous on the tracks. So I'd like a high one. Well, that's just unnecessarily annoying. Kind of string placement, but not for the whole section. Maybe it goes back to the chorus.
Ain't that a pity? Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. The simple life is a tasty treat. After the city, the harvest left us full. The river's clear and cool. Stay a while and pursue some pretty ditty. It ain't clear and cool. Stay a while and pursue some pretty ditty. It ain't easy being pretty, being a
Chill ambivalent. Right. I think that works. Now I feel like that's all the cello. I feel like that's enough cello. It's technically like 7 tracks. It ain't easy, ba-dum. It ain't easy. I've lost my mind. Let's have a little, just like tidy up these tracks. Not the room. Don't worry. Being pretty babe, being a pretty girl, babe, in the city. Ooh, ba-dum.
Harvest left us full, the river's clear and cool. Stay a while and play a zoo, some pretty ditty. It ain't easy.
Okay, let's just check the instrumental.
It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city.
That's what-
Oh, I was a pretty girl too.
Okay, it's not very
Never
exciting,
grew
but
pretty like you. But I stayed away till the girl got through to take me to the town, out in the country, yeah, playing at the country fair. Well, everyone you know's already there, so there ain't no messing around. Do 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 do. It ain't easy, ba-da, being pretty, ba-da, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew you, ba-da, out here we knew you, ba-da, when blue through.
okay, let's do, I think I'm going to do a take of the main vocals and just see how it goes. I don't think I'm going to finish this today. I'm going to do the main vocals and then all the harmonies and the clicking. Let me just pull the click up so that I remember to do it. And honestly, I think I want to go and eat some dinner, but I've really like had a good time with the song, so I'd like to do one like full effort vocals. Whether or not it will be the final vocals, I don't know, but it'd just be fun to sing this song. That's what I'm feeling right now. Okay, just like get the words up, that would be useful. Although if I don't know them now, having listened to it about 473 times. Oh, this is the annoying bit where I'm going to stand up and be headless on my thingy. Oh, super professionally fixed that. There we go. Then we'll go for a raid, kids. Thanks for hanging out. Was not ready.
It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It's not half as fun when the day is done, watching the river run, brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair, we'll get you fixed up to fiddle there. Weave leaves and weeds into your hair. Make your love Bathsheba and Oaknut City boys who will then won't throw the dog a decent bone. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. Pavement shiny with gold, all gray and gritty. Come out to the country at harvest time. Out of the city you still look fine. Mud on the hems and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose hairs from your bow. Pick the jig, you already know how the sweet old tunes all go. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Oh, I was a pretty girl too. I grew up pretty like you. But I stayed away when the call came through to take you to the town. Out in the country air, playing at the country fair. Everyone you know is already there, so there ain't no messing around. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew you, out here we knew you, till the city wind blew through. Ain't that a pity? Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. The simple life is a tasty treat. After the city, the harvest left us full. The river's clear and cool. Stay a while and play us all some pretty ditty. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Wow, that was fun. Like, it sounded fun to me. I'd have to listen to it back too, because mainly I could just hear the saxophone. Ba-da, ba-da. I mean, some of those ba-da, ba-da, like the timing's not right because I can't play the saxophone. But I'll do a little edit on those. Well, I mean, that definitely works as like guide vocals, and get rid of the other guide vocals, even if I don't keep those ones. Just delete that. Delete. And then I'm just going to put in a ba-da, ba-da tracks just to remind myself I'm going to try vocal bada-badas, bada-bada, as well as the, what do you call it, saxophone. It depends a bit on timing whether that works, but I think it will sound fun. Hopefully. Should we do a little, we are going to wrap it up, but let's do a little, because I played Gaslit and Ocean earlier in the stream, other songs I've recorded for this. Tiny bit of clipping in places. Let me look at the old jiggy track. What, on the vocals? No, it doesn't like the vocals. That's fine. That is probably, nothing is shouting at me on here. I don't have any scary red things, so hopefully that is like just it coming to you guys. That was some clipping in the vocals. That's fine. That is probably because I don't know why that's because, but that will, I think that's coming to you guys because I'm looking at this track here and it's nowhere near. Being a pretty girl in the city, it ain't easy. Oh God, do not isolate your vocals. Like, that's just, oh my goodness. Also, I've messed up the camera over here. Because I'm like, easy. Let's listen to Dehibernation and then just come back and give that another listen for like, this is what we achieved today. And then there's just a little session to do on it sometime, which I may do off stream. snouts in the snow. We were creatures, creatures, creatures. Do you remember how the sound settled down inside my window? We were creatures, creatures, creatures. Life go easy, life go easy, life go easy. Life go easy, life go easy, life go easy. And all it required was you and me to close our eyes, settle down and go to sleep. Remember we were only tired beasts. The chain had got so heavy we thought we'd suffer for shaking. The chain had got so heavy we forgot the delight of breaking. I took it easy, drank honey, drank water from the stream. We were creatures, creatures, creatures. I flew above you, sat on a throne, awake no dream. We were creatures, creatures, creatures. Days go easy, days go easy, days go easy. Days go easy, days go easy, days go easy. And all it required was you and me to close our eyes, settle down and get some sleep. Remember we were only tired beasts. The chains had got so heavy we thought we'd suffer for shaking. The chains had got so heavy we forgot the delight of breaking. Little bear, I brushed the melting snow from your snow. Little bear, I hear it's time to come back home. The air is gray again, the grass is mown, the fire's lit, the men are home, and I am feeling all alone, for I can all be quiet. We were creatures, creatures, creatures. Teachers, teachers, teachers. Creatures, creatures, creatures. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It's not half as fun when the day is done watching the river run. Brown
Sorry, I just had a thought.
Pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't
That made sense to me.
easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It's not half as fun when the day is done, watching the river run, brown and gritty. Come on down to the country fair, we'll get you fixed up to fiddle there. Weave leaves and weeds into your hair. Make your love Bathsheba and Oaknut City boys who will then won't throw the dog a decent bone. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. When the wind blows cold, it's not like the tales they told. Pavement shiny with gold, all gray and gritty. Come out to the country at harvest time, out of the city still look fine. Mud on the hands and strawberry wine. Pluck the loose hairs from your bow, pick the jig you already know, how the sweet old tunes all go. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Oh, I was a pretty girl too. I grew up pretty like you, but I stayed away when the call came through to take you to the town, out in the country air, playing at the country fair. Everyone you know's already there, so there ain't no messing around. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. Out here we grew you, out here we knew you, till the city wind blew through. Ain't that a pity? Out here the fruit is sweet, dancing on aching feet. Simple life is a tasty treat. After the city, the harvest left us full. The river's clear and cool. Stay a while and play us all some pretty ditty. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city. It ain't easy being pretty, being a pretty girl in the city.
Okay. I mean, like, because there's just the one vocal track currently and no other vocals. It's like absolutely being drowned out by this relentless onslaught of strings and whatever else. Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt.
It ain't easy.
It's all over the shop, but I feel like the vibe is there. So when I say vibe, I mean like the majority of the recording. I say that like I'm gonna like re-record it. I don't do that. I look forward to putting the other vocals on sometime soon. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Found it in the end. We're going to go for raid, and I'll be back on Sunday. Usual business. But thank you so much for hanging out, because I do appreciate it on these little chill sessions. I say chill, like in some ways it's like a lot more work than a normal stream, but in other ways it's not. How fascinating. Take care of yourself, everybody. We're going to go raid Kevin. I'm the geek. Book club stuff is over on book club. You can request December books if you want. Linkadoodles to everything else is where you would expect. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful days.